This is second part of the make.com web scraping basics. In last video I showed very simple scenario where URL was inputted and that URL was converted from URL HTML to text. And then AI read this text and give us, for example, products. This way works and is very simple, but problem with that is that it is very expensive for AI. And if you're running many scenarios at once, then it's gonna cost you a lot. So in this video, I'm gonna show how to shorten the text that is inputted to AI. First things first, what you're gonna need is HTTP module. Like in the last video, you need to make a request module, and here you're just gonna need to paste URL. This time I'm gonna use this SpaceX shop, paste URL, click save. What's different from the last video is I'm still gonna add text parser module, but last time I used HTML to text, but this time I'm gonna use match pattern or match pattern advanced module. I'm gonna click on it. If I scroll down, then here you can see it is a text. Here you can enter data that you just had from the website. And now if I scroll back, then you can see this pattern. Basically what it does, it searches for the patterns that you enter on the input text. For our case, it is straight away HTML text. If I go here on SpaceX shop, I'm gonna copy this Starship Chrome text from here. And if I'm gonna paste it right here, global match, right now I'm gonna put to no. It means if it is on no, it means it only searches for one result. And if it is yes, then it continues search even after it found your wanted result. So it outputs multiple results. And case sensitive, I'm gonna put on no, because I want to still find this name. It doesn't matter, is it uppercase or lowercase. If it is important, for example, if you have same names but one starts with big letter and another with small letter, then it is important, but usually I press no because writings might difference. I'm gonna also put this name in the round brackets. Round brackets mean in pattern matching that it outputs you exactly this text if it is contained in the input text. So you can basically check if does this thing exist there or no. I'm gonna explain it in a bit. This is just first example. And now if I click save and run it once, I'm gonna ignore this transfer warning. Then you can see that in output, it outputted Starship Chrome module because it found it on the website, that on website it does exist over here. If I write anything else, let's say I'm gonna remove some letters from here, and then I'm gonna run it now, then there is gonna be no results because it didn't find this exact same name on the website. And this example you can use only to get answer, is there some exact product on the website or no. It is sometimes useful, but probably you are not interested in that. I'm gonna now take one of those products. I'm gonna copy this link. I'm gonna paste it here and click save. And let's say you want from this link only to extract product details for AI to take it and write a post about this product. In that case, you're gonna need some better pattern search. To learn how to search patterns, you need regular expression, shortly Regex. It is basically something like small coding. If you don't know anything about it, then there is this website that is called Regex 101. And here you can learn a lot about those small codings, what they do and how to use them here in the right corner. But in this video, I'm gonna show you some basic ones that I have used mostly. And as I'm not programmer, I don't know how to code. So this has been enough for me for now. Or if I don't know anything, I always ask AI. So in this video, I'm gonna show more about these ones. As you can see, I have here them with explanations. But before diving into those symbols and those meanings, I'm gonna show you even more a bit simple trick. If you're on a website and you need some information, then as you might know, if you press on Windows computers, Ctrl-Shift-I, then you're gonna get inspect tools. And for example, if I search for it over here and click on it and inspect this one, then you can see I got this block. And now if I'm gonna copy this block, take this block to AI and write then AI is gonna write you a regex pattern to output this text only. I'm gonna copy this one, although I have suspicious already. I'm gonna actually copy a bit more over here. I'm gonna copy much more, paste it right here as example text. And here I'm gonna paste AI outputted regex prompt. As you can see, obviously it's not working. Sometimes AI misses it. So that's why it's good to know what all those symbols mean. Because if you know, then usually AI gives almost right one, but it misses something. So it's good to know. So this one is a bit harder because here are a lot of other text. So what we can do to simplify it is in between add another module in the make. It is gonna be the same module HTML text. I'm gonna take the data from the HTTP module. I'm not gonna connect it yet to match patterns, but I'm gonna run it once. So now I have output, and here in output, if I search details, then you can see it is showing me as a text. So what we want is, I'm gonna copy a bit of text from here to show it more in the regex 101. So now it finds only one match. And what we want to do with this regex is to output everything that is after details. I think actually AI is gonna do a better job this time. I'm gonna ask it. And now I'm gonna paste this text that I just copied. Let's see this regex. Okay, I see. It's probably gonna work this time. Don't need that. To add to cart, let's say. Well, this is the simplest one that I just did. So now I'm gonna take this one and build it from the scratch. As you can see, these two SS here is one SS are what we're gonna need first. As you can see, the big S matches any non-white space character, which basically means it matches everything that is numbers and letters and points and questions marks and whatever. And to paste it over here, we would like to have this, but as you can see here, and it is giving an error because you can't have a slash without this different slash. Obviously we need everything to put in the round braces, like I showed in the example. And the second S, small s, is giving everything that is not writable. For example, like spaces, enters, and every other thing. So now we said that we need to output everything. Text, numbers, spaces, and absolutely everything else. And I'm gonna use this star over here also because it matches absolutely everything till question mark shows till something. And then, as I don't want this till to be added, I'm gonna copy this add to cart notify me text and put it right here. So between those round braces, it is gonna output text from details till add to cart, because I can see here on the website that add to cart is the last thing. And right now it's not outputting anything to us because we need to match all these characters and output them over here. So we are asking for everything and everywhere. So I'm gonna put those braces between around the S's. My bad. And now, as you can see, this text is now green and it outputs everything till notify me. So now if I copy this one, and now if I connect this match pattern module, and I'm gonna paste this pattern over here. Like I said, as I want only encryption for one product, I'm not gonna use global match. I don't want it to be case sensitive, because if details is written like this with a small letter, it's still gonna output me everything. Multi-line or single line, it doesn't matter, because we are taking everything. And here you can choose, is it gonna continue the scenario even if it doesn't find anything? I usually press no, because if there is no results, there is no pointing of running scenario more. Actually, and for text, I'm gonna need text from the text parser module. And now if I'm gonna press run, then you can see it outputted exactly this description text. Of course, it has a lot of spaces that could be removed, but for AI, it actually doesn't matter. And now if I'm gonna add AI over here, for assistant, I'm gonna use the input text, and for user, I'm gonna tell. Now, if I'm gonna run it one time, then you can see it is working pretty quick, because it did very good job at finding patterns. And here's the social media post. So for text, you can very easily use HTML to text module, and it's probably gonna be simpler to find a pattern. I'm not gonna lie, teaching those patterns without examples is pretty hard. And learning all of them before actually having examples, I think, is useless. How I learned was actually asking AI to write me a regex pattern, and then here AI is actually giving explanation what every sign does and how to use them. For example, if I would not know, let's say what to brackets, and now AI is gonna just explain what are those and how to use them. And I always, before putting it in Make, check it here in Regex 101, because here you can do it for free without running any unnecessary runs that are gonna count in Make.com subscription. So taking text is the easiest one, let's say for social media post, but finding patterns from HTML is actually very useful, because let's say I want to take this image URL. Of course, if I inspect it element, then you can see the image is right here. It is very quickly downloadable, but obviously we don't want to do it one by one, and we want it to automate. If you're having a website with a lot of products, then you want your automation to take a product, also an image, and post it on social media. So I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna dive more in data. Actually, this image URL might help me this time. I'm gonna copy this URL and search it here. Okay, and now here it is. If I'm gonna copy this one, let me see what I'm gonna have. I have an image. If I'm gonna copy another one, then I'm gonna have another image, and so on and so on. So before setting up everything up, you are gonna have to manually search and find patterns yourself, and then later it's gonna be all the AI work. So I'm gonna copy and paste this example over here, actually even a bit more, to show how it finds information over here. So I had this URL. Now I'm gonna look at this URL, and as you can see over here actually, all the image URLs, they start same. So this is actually a pattern that we can use. So for example here. So if I want to output everything that is after that, I'm gonna use these round brackets. And simplest way is actually to take everything from everywhere, which is dot. Dot is taking every single character that we have. And star, as written over here, matches all the characters. If I would put only star, then it will give me nothing. But if I put dot, which is matching everything, as you can see, one dot, it only outputted me H. So if I put a lot of dots, then you can see it outputs as many characters as I have dots. So if I put dot and B, which is every character, and star is basically everywhere, it's gonna output me over here this URL. So this is the simplest one, but I wanted only to be till, which is question mark, till this character over here, because every URL is ending with this one. So as you can see in example, it is outputting me only fresh URL. So this actually is pretty easy one to output images URLs. So I'm gonna search for text parcel module. Here I'm gonna take match patterns. I'm gonna paste the pattern over here. And this time I'm gonna use global match because it's gonna output me multiple images at once. And for text, I'm gonna use this full data from the first module. So I'm not gonna use this for a moment. And now run. And as you can see, it outputted me 3 URL. If I'm gonna copy this URL and paste it, as you can see, image. And now these URLs can be posted to social media. I have showed all kinds of different social medias in my previous videos. For example, in Facebook and Instagram, you can do it straight away from the link. So with this automation, you are getting URL and you are also getting text. Actually, let's try post it on Facebook. So I have photo and photo URL, and for caption, I'm gonna use this AI and run this once. Here in Facebook, you can see 1 minute ago, straight away, new post with beautiful text and photo. I think this is enough for this video. It is only a second part of about web scraping. I really recommend learning a bit more about this regex pattern searching methods. These ones I'm gonna leave down below the video. So if you want, you can see them and use them to build your scenarios. Very useful one obviously is this email one, where you can find very easily emails from the websites. And one thing in the last I'm gonna do is compare how much was usage of AI tokens. For example, here you can see it was 684. But if now I'm gonna remove this one, connect only AI and only this HTML data. Okay, then this is too long, but if I use with HTML to text, then let me see how much it's gonna take. Then actually you can see the text is too long and we couldn't even do that. But you can see it is a huge difference. So actually for this website, matching patterns was only way to get to this post on the social media. This is why pattern matching is important. I really recommend learning more about it. But for now, have a great day.